Have you ever stopped to wonder about the astonishing mysteries hidden within your own body? You wake up each morning, your heart is already beating, your lungs are already breathing, and your cells are silently repairing and renewing themselves. All of this is happening without your conscious command. Science, with all its progress, has measured brain waves, mapped DNA, and even sent men to the moon. Yet, when it comes to the deepest secrets of your own body, many questions remain unanswered. Who gives the heart its very first spark of life? Who tells trillions of cells exactly what to do, moment by moment? Why do you slip into dreams each night, traveling to worlds no scientist can fully explain? Paramahansa Yogananda, the great yogi, often reminded us that the human body is not just a machine of flesh and bones. It is a sacred temple designed with divine intelligence. Behind every heartbeat, every breath, and every healing process lies a power that science has not yet touched. This is the mystery of life itself, the invisible hand that guides and sustains you. Think about this, even the most brilliant scientists can describe how your lungs exchange oxygen, but they cannot tell you why a deep conscious breath in meditation fills you with peace. They can trace electrical impulses in your brain, but they cannot capture the experiencer, the one who knows, feels, and loves. In these gaps, the yogis say, lies the proof of spirit. So, as we explore together the mysteries of the human body that even science cannot fully explain, keep in your heart the possibility that your body is not a random accident, but a doorway. A doorway leading you closer to your soul and to the infinite intelligence that created you. Let us begin with something so ordinary, yet so extraordinary, your breath. Right now, without even thinking about it, your lungs are rising and falling. From the moment you were born, you have been breathing. And from that first cry in your mother's arms until your very last moment on earth, breath will remain your constant companion. You take more than 20,000 breaths every single day, and yet, most of the time, you are completely unaware of it. Science tells us that breath is the exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide, a physical process that keeps you alive. But here is the mystery. Why does simply paying attention to your breath bring peace? Why does deep, conscious breathing in meditation slow down your thoughts, calm your emotions, and even change the rhythm of your heart? Modern medicine can describe the mechanics of breathing, but it cannot explain the profound effect breath has on your state of being. Yogis call this invisible life force prana. Yogananda explained that with every inhalation, you are not just taking in air, but you are drawing in cosmic energy, the very current of life itself. This prana flows into the body, nourishing not only the cells, but also the mind and soul. That is why in yoga and meditation, breath is seen as the bridge between the material and the spiritual. Pause for a moment and notice your own breathing. It is gentle, silent, yet filled with power. You are not forcing it, it simply happens. Who is breathing you? Is it just the body, or is it something deeper, an unseen intelligence that never leaves your side? In this mystery of breath lies a quiet reminder, you are connected to something infinite, and with every breath, life itself is whispering its presence to you. Now let us turn to another great mystery, the heart. From the earliest weeks of your life in the womb, before you ever formed a single thought, your heart began to beat. And from that moment until now, it has never stopped. Day and night, through joy and sorrow, in wakefulness and in sleep, it continues its rhythm faithfully, asking nothing in return. Science can measure the heartbeat with machines, trace its electrical impulses, and even describe the pathways of blood that nourish the body. But here is the great question, what gave the heart its first spark? What invisible command told it to begin, and what unseen power sustains it through every moment of your life? No scientist can fully answer this. The mystery of the heart's origin remains unsolved. Paramahansa Yogananda spoke of the heart as more than just a physical pump. He called it a sacred altar, the throne of the soul. In deep meditation, yogis have felt the heart as the spiritual center where divine love is felt most strongly. This is why emotions like compassion, gratitude, and devotion are often described as being felt in the heart. It is not only an organ, it is a temple of consciousness. Think about this, your heart beats more than 100,000 times a day, sending blood through 60,000 miles of vessels within your body. And you do not command a single beat. It is as though your heart remembers a song, a rhythm given to it long ago by the Creator, and it keeps playing that song until your final breath. So the next time you feel your heart beat, pause and listen. It is not just a sound of blood flowing, it is the sound of life itself, the divine presence within you, whispering, "I am here." Now let us reflect on another wonder, the body's incredible power to heal itself. Imagine you cut your finger while cooking. At first, there is pain, then bleeding. But within moments, your body begins a silent, perfect repair. Blood cells rush to the wound, platelets form a protective layer, tissues begin to knit themselves back together. Days later, without your conscious effort, the cut has disappeared, leaving only a faint memory behind. Science has studied this process in great detail. Doctors can describe how cells divide, how chemicals signal the body to repair itself, and how the immune system protects you. Yet, what science cannot explain is the intelligence guiding it all. Who taught the body to heal? Who instructed billions of cells to know exactly what to do, as if they were following a master plan? Machines cannot reproduce this wisdom. No factory can create a system as self-aware as your own body. Paramahansa Yogananda described the body as a miniature universe, filled with divine intelligence. He taught that this intelligence is not random, it is the guidance of spirit flowing through every cell. When you sit quietly in meditation, you can sometimes feel this energy moving inside you, repairing, harmonizing, and filling you with peace. Yogis call it prana shakti, the life energy that sustains and restores balance. Think of how miraculous this really is. Even while you sleep, your body is working, digesting, renewing, and cleansing you for the next day. You are being cared for every moment, often without noticing. This silent healing is not only a biological function, it is a reminder that you are never alone. A deeper wisdom lives within you, a wisdom that holds the memory of wholeness and constantly tries to bring you back to health, harmony, and life. Each night, no matter how busy or restless your day has been, you eventually surrender to sleep. It is one of the most universal experiences of human life, and yet, one of the least understood. For hours, your conscious mind disappears. You cannot control it, and you cannot resist it for long. But where do you actually go when you fall asleep? What happens to your awareness when the world of waking vanishes? Science can record brain waves and measure the stages of sleep. It can describe the rapid eye movements of dreaming and the slow waves of deep rest. Yet, it cannot answer the deeper questions. Why do you need to dream? Why do dreams often reveal hidden fears, deep desires, or even flashes of guidance? And what is the purpose of deep sleep, where awareness itself seems to dissolve into silence? Paramahansa Yogananda called sleep the little brother of death. He explained that when you sleep, the body rests, but the soul temporarily withdraws from the senses, returning to spirit for renewal. That is why, after a good night of sleep, you awaken refreshed, as if you have touched a higher energy. Dreams, he said, are often reflections of the subconscious mind, but at times, they can also be windows into higher realities. Think of this, every single night, without fail, you experience a kind of death and rebirth. You lose yourself, and yet you return. You disappear into mystery, and yet awaken again with life. Sleep is not just a biological need, it is a spiritual rehearsal, a daily reminder that you are more than your waking thoughts. The mystery of sleep whispers that life does not end with the closing of the eyes, it continues, in ways the mind cannot yet comprehend. Inside your body, there is a secret world, one that you rarely think about, yet it is alive every single second. Trillions of cells are working together in perfect harmony. Each cell is like a tiny living being, carrying out its own tasks while also communicating with all the others. They know when to divide, when to repair, when to fight off invaders, and when to simply rest. The most astonishing part is this: no single cell controls the others, yet together they form a flawless orchestra called you. Science has made great progress in studying cells. It can describe DNA, chemical signals, and the pathways of communication. But even scientists admit they do not fully understand how cells know what to do at the right time, in the right place. Who is the silent conductor of this grand symphony? Where does this deep intelligence originate? Paramahansa Yogananda explained that the body carries a divine blueprint, a memory placed there by spirit. Each cell holds within it the wisdom of life, guided by prana, the universal energy. This is why, despite illness, injury, or age, the body constantly strives for balance. The cells are not just mechanical parts, they are conscious servants of a higher intelligence. Pause and reflect. Right now, as you listen, your cells are speaking to each other in a silent language beyond words. They are carrying nutrients, producing energy, repairing tissues, and protecting you, all without you giving a single command. Truly, your body is a miracle in motion. The next time you look at yourself in the mirror, remember this truth: you are not just one being. You are an entire universe of life, held together by an invisible intelligence, reminding you that spirit lives in every part of you. And now we come to perhaps the greatest mystery of all: consciousness itself. You can see your body in the mirror, you can measure your heartbeat, and you can even observe your thoughts. But who is the one doing the observing? Who is the silent witness inside you that knows, I exist? Science has studied the brain with powerful machines. It can map electrical activity, show which parts of the brain light up when you feel joy or sadness, and even simulate certain mental functions with computers. Yet, even after all of this, one question remains unanswered: how does matter create awareness? How does a collection of cells give rise to the feeling of being you? This is the riddle that science has not solved. Paramahansa Yogananda offered a profound answer. He said that consciousness is not born from the brain. The brain, he explained, is like a radio receiver, and your soul is the broadcast. Just as a radio does not create music but only tunes into it, the brain does not create awareness, it only receives and expresses the light of spirit. Consciousness is eternal, not bound by time, not limited by the body. Pause for a moment and notice the awareness that is hearing these words right now. That awareness is not your thoughts, not your emotions, not even your body. It is something deeper, changeless, the true you. This is why in meditation, when thoughts grow still, what remains is a pure presence, calm, silent, and luminous. The mystery of consciousness is the doorway to your highest truth. It whispers that you are not just flesh and bone, not just memories and desires. You are the eternal witness, the soul, a spark of the infinite. And this is the greatest mystery your body can ever reveal. So, dear seeker, as we have journeyed through these mysteries, the breath that connects you to life, the heart that beats with divine rhythm, the healing power within, the secret world of sleep, the silent wisdom of your cells, and the great mystery of consciousness itself, we begin to see the human body as something far more than a machine. It is a temple, a doorway, a living reminder that spirit flows through every part of you. Science has offered us many insights, yet even the most brilliant minds cannot fully explain the intelligence that sustains you. That is because the real answer is not outside, it is within. Yogananda often reminded his students, do not think of yourself as a powerless being of flesh, but as a soul temporarily wearing a body. If you learn to go within, through meditation and inner stillness, these mysteries begin to reveal their secrets. You discover that you are not separate from the infinite intelligence, you are part of it, always connected, always guided. Before you leave, I invite you to reflect, which mystery touched your heart the most today? Was it the unseen power of breath, the tireless song of your heart, or the hidden witness of consciousness? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you simply wish to send your love and energy, type Jai Gurudev as a reminder that we walk this path together as seekers of truth. And tell me, what would you like our next video to explore? More mysteries of the soul, teachings of the great masters, or deeper insights into karma and destiny? Your suggestions guide this journey. Until then, may you walk with awareness, may your breath remind you of spirit, and may your heart remain open to the infinite. Jai Gurudev.